Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to speak about something a little serious and something that, unless you've been following and got your nose to the ground and ear to the ground and listening, you probably don't know that much about. The average Australian or the average person in the world doesn't really follow this sort of information. And I thought I'd do a brief outline on where this is at. And before we get started, we're trying to build this channel. We'd like you to like and subscribe to the channel, push the like button. We're reasonably new and we want to get out there so that more and more people can see what we're all about. We are catering for the beginner, people who are new to crypto, new to the online world, and maybe coming across after doing a little bit of research online and deciding they better do something about their future, their finances, etc., etc. So please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll build our viewership and get ourselves going. My name's Anthony. I'm coming to you from the Online Business app, the Online Business Network. And without further ado, we'll get started. So today we want to talk about UBI, or Universal Basic Income. This is something that a lot of countries and governments are discussing. It's on the agenda, it's on the table. It's probably been around since 2020. I think it was an American politician who tabled it and thought it might have been something to look at as a policy going forward from there. Since then, it's definitely on a lot of governments' agendas. There's pilot programs happening around the world. Some of them might have even been completed and they have their data and their results. So I thought tonight or today that we'd talk about this subject, because if it's something that is implemented, it is going to affect every person in the world, and less than 5 to 10% of people in the world are probably aware of what this actually is and what it might mean to them, how it might change things for their future, change their retirement, change their current situation. So without going on any longer, let's get started and talk about universal basic income. So UBI has become a consideration in many countries due to a variety of factors. One of the main reasons is the increasing concern about income equality and poverty. So many people are struggling to make ends meet despite being unemployed. Despite being employed, and UBI is seen as a way to provide a safety net for everyone, ensuring that all individuals have a minimum income to meet their basic needs. In Australia, it's like the dole. Another reason for the consideration of UBI is the potential impact of automation and artificial intelligence on the workforce. So that's already here. As more jobs become automated, there may be fewer employment opportunities for humans. UBI is seen as a way to provide people with a basic income, even if they're not able to find like traditional employment, or they get retrenched, lose their job, whatever the case may be. So UBI is also seen as a way to simplify and streamline the social welfare system. It can be complex and difficult to navigate, and with UBI, everyone receives the same amount of money. So it's a universal across-the-board income for everyone, regardless of who you are, what your circumstances are, and eliminates the need for a range of different social welfare programs because everyone's on the same playing field. Finally, UBI is also seen as a way to stimulate economic growth, because people would have more money, they'd have more money to spend, which in turn would drive demand for the goods and services. And ultimately, it would lead to increased economic activity. Well, that's the proposal. It hasn't been tested. It's all pilot. It's all in the works. So let's explore the pros and cons of UBI and how it could affect the average person. We'll also discuss when UBI may happen and how to prepare for it. And so let's get started on the pros. It has several potential benefits. including poverty alleviation, economic stability, improved health outcomes, simplified social welfare programs, and encouragement of entrepreneurship. So, people like myself getting involved. UBI could alleviate poverty by providing a basic level of income to all citizens, particularly those who are currently living in poverty or on the brink of poverty. And that number's growing day by day. And this could help reduce income equality by providing a basic income, like an income floor for all citizens, regardless of their income level or employment status at the moment. Additionally, UBI could provide a safety net during an economic downturn, and that ensures that people have money to spend, even if they did lose their job or, get retrenched, whatever the case may be. And this could help promote further growth, and UBI could improve health outcomes by reducing stress and financial security, which are known risk factors for poor health. Finally, UBI could actually simplify social welfare programs by replacing existing programs with a single universal payment. And this could reduce administrative costs, make it easier for individuals to access social welfare benefits. And UBI could also encourage entrepreneurship by providing a safety net for those who wish to start their own businesses. And a lot of people will be doing that because they might get retrenched, like, what do I do now? So they'll get involved. Some of the bad things, so UBI has several potential benefits. There are also several potential drawbacks. These could include cost, work disincentives, inflation, unintended consequences, and equity concerns. So UBI would be expensive to implement on a large scale, and it's unclear how it would be funded. Critics also argue that UBI could lead to a decline in work motivation, as individuals may choose not to work if they receive a guaranteed income on a weekly, monthly, annual basis. And this could have negative consequences for both individuals, the economy, and businesses as a whole. And UBI could also lead to inflation if there's not a corresponding increase in the goods and services for the spending. And furthermore, it's difficult to predict all of the unintended consequences that could arise from implementing the UBI. Finally, a UBI could be seen as unfair, as some individuals may not need the additional income, while others may need more than what is actually provided, and how UBI could affect the average person. So in terms of how you and I could be affected, or the average person, it depends on a variety of factors, and that includes the amount of UBI payment, how it's actually implemented, and how it's funded. And a lot of governments are working sort of through that now. However, the potential benefits of increased financial security, flexibility, and reduced poverty could have a positive impact on many individuals. Just the knowledge and the comfort that there's constant money. For example, UBI could provide individuals with the freedom to prioritise activities outside work, such as caring for family members, pursuing hobbies, furthering their education, improving their own health. And UBI could also provide a guaranteed income to all citizens, which could help reduce financial stress. It can provide a basic level of financial security. And on the other hand, concerns about work disincentives, equity, and cost could also have negative consequences for some individuals and, again, some businesses. So when might UBI happen? The implementation of UBI is a complex and controversial topic. It is unclear when or if it will actually be implemented on a large scale. Some countries, as I said, have experimented with UBI on a smaller scale, such as Finland, which provided a small group of unemployed citizens with a guaranteed income for 2 years. And other countries, such as Canada, have tried, to implement a trial as well. So in my home country here in Australia, the implementation of UBI is a current topic of debate and discussion. There's been some calls for a pilot program to be established in certain regions, while there's an opposing view and others argue for a nationwide implementation. However, there is currently no concrete plan to implement UBI in Australia at a national level or any level at that, really. And the decision to implement UBI in Australia would require significant political and will and funding, and it would likely involve a long process of policy development, consultation, meetings, stakeholder involvement, and all that sort of stuff. So that's a bit of an overview of what a UBI or what UBI is, and sort of how it's proposed, the pros, the cons, the for and against arguments. Whether it does become implemented in some countries, all countries, worldwide, is something that's still up in the air. However, I feel it's prudent and important to talk about it, bring it to the attention of as many people as possible, let them then do their own due diligence, investigate, and take appropriate action, because at the end of the day, it's something that is now talked about, and governments are involved, so there's every possibility that it may come your way. Once again, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, get involved. We'd love to have as many members as we can. We'll come to you with another video as soon as we can, and thanks for your time.